I want to take you back into the past, man. I want to take you back to 2010. This man right here, his name is Henry Segura. He lives in Florida. He's a welder. He makes good money. He doesn't do drugs. He doesn't drink alcohol. His high, the thing that gets him intoxicated is being a philanderer. He's married to a woman who's his high school sweetheart. He has sons with this woman who are champion sports players, meaning one of his sons was actually one of the biggest football players in Florida high school. While his son was on the field doing his thing, trying to increase his statistics so that he can get noticed by some prominent university, Henry Segura was out there being a philanderer. So he has his home and his family. He also has another home and another family. He has a woman named Brandy Peters. She's a little hood. She's from the hood. She's a little ghetto, you know what I mean? But she was a good woman and she took care of her kids. And she had 2 children by Henry Segura. Henry Segura also had a third woman who he had a daughter by. Now, the third woman who we had, so he got 3 families. His main family, his side family number 1, and side family number 2. Side family number 1 and side family number 2 got him on child support. Okay. Brandy Peters, he killed her because he got tired of the fact that, because he didn't have any money. You know, he didn't have any money. He was actually going out, he was doing out-of-state jobs intentionally so that he could avoid paying child support in his home state. That was the way that he was making money and stuff. And Brandy Peters would go to the court and say, I know that he's working out of state, blah, blah, blah. So here's a little bit of his own cross-examination. He got convicted. He tried to say the cartel did it, but let's sit back and relax. And we're also going to talk about how cell phone data was used to convict him.
We bring him money or we end up having sex, so it's always back and forth.
Okay, so you're saying that this whole time, instead of paying child support so that they wouldn't take any action against you, the state, instead you're kind of paying her behind the scenes, you're giving her these money orders, paying for Pampers, things like that?
No, this was all before I put myself on child support.
Okay, so your story is still that you put yourself on child support to pay for Javante, who she told you wasn't yours.
It's not a story, it's a fact.
Okay. And you'd actually...
And look, I genuinely believe that he didn't think that those kids were his. But after those kids were murdered, they did a DNA test and they turned out to be his.
Learned that you owed over $20,000 in child support, and you did not have the money to pay that, did you?
Of course not.
All right. And in fact, the week of the murders, you only had...
Watch this. Watch this part. He's going to be so ashamed.
$6 in your bank account, didn't you?
Hold on.
I really don't remember.
Hold on.
What I had in my bank account.
$6 in your bank, dollars in child support, and you did not have the money to pay that, did you?
Of course not.
All right. And in fact, the week of the murders, you only had $106 in your bank account, didn't you?
I really don't remember what I had in my bank account.
I'm going to show you what I've marked and has previously been shown to the defense as State's Exhibit 151.
A balance of your bank account during the week of the murders. Because she knows this is a proud man, and she wants to rattle him.
Exhibit 151 is a copy of, or a document showing that your available balance in your Bank of America account is $106.59, right?
Look at his face.
You say after I withdrew $1,450?
Right. That was your current balance as of November 18th?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're telling police it was no big deal, I just wanted to get a paternity test for $300, at that point, you didn't have $300. You had $106, didn't you?
Of course I had more than $106. I just took out $1,400. Where do you think I got money from to go to my next job out of town? You think I went with $106?
Well, that's what
it costs more than $100 to put gas in your vehicle and pay for a hotel.
Well, that's what you're saying. You're saying money really wasn't that big of a deal, that you were just planning to pay the child support. You could just pay a little bit and get everybody off your back, right?
Right. And you're saying that all I had was $106 in my name. That's very inaccurate according to the $1,455 I withdrew.
And this is why defense lawyers do not like having their defendants testify or get on that cross-examination stand, because he's making himself look like an angry man. If you challenge him or prod him, he's going to react. And that's basically what the prosecutor is trying to show. And she's a woman, so it shows you how he treats women who challenges him. That's the idea.
Well, I'm sure you had rent, you had other child support, you had a lot of things you were trying to pay. But I'm saying on this date, that was my question to you, that you had $106 in your account.
Yeah, in the account.
And this was the day before the murders, right?
Well, I didn't even look at the date. I looked at how much it was. But regardless, yes, it was $106 in the account.
That was your available balance the day before these murders. Right. Okay. And if you could just get Department of Revenue off your back by paying a little bit, you would have, wouldn't you?
That's all I had to do was pay them some money, and yeah.
But you didn't pay them any money. You didn't pay them any money in August, did you?
No.
You didn't pay them any money in September?
No.
And you said no. She'll call every now and then. She might, like yesterday, she called to see if I wanted to go to lunch with her. Other than that, I don't know. Right?
Well, it's obvious due to the phone records that you can see she checks up on me a whole lot.
Okay. Well, I mean, they even confronted you about that a little bit. They said, come on, after 3 affairs, I would think that she would be like, where is Henry?
Talking about his wife.
No.
His wife already knew that he his wife was aware that he had a child outside the marriage with side family number 2. She didn't know about side family number 1. I don't think the wife knew that he had 2 kids by the woman that was murdered. She knew he had a daughter by the other woman who just had a single daughter by him. So basically the prosecutor is saying, you mean to tell me your wife knows that you have a baby outside the marriage and she never checks up on you? And basically what he tried to do was he tried to use his wife as an alibi, right? But the night of the murder, the day of the murder, cell phone data has him at the woman's house who died, Brandy Peters, the mother of his 2 children. He killed the children, killed her, and you can see the cell phone data. He comes to her house at, like, let's say, for example, 6 p.m. At 6 p.m., Brandy's phone all of a sudden goes off the network. And the woman's phone was always active, getting notifications, sending texts, making calls. But as soon as he arrived, as soon as cell phone data has him arriving at her house, her phone drops off the network because he destroyed her phone. And his wife is communicating with him. Where are you, Henry? Why do you keep leaving? You've been gone all day. He's been gone all day because he was murdering side family number 1. Yeah, crazy. Hold on. It gets thicker.
No. He said no? You said she doesn't do that. She don't be calling to check on me to see where I'm at. Right?
Yeah, that's what I said. But like I said, I was talking to the police in an interview room. I'm speaking to you now in an open court where I was sworn to tell the truth and nothing but the truth.
Okay, so you were lying to police.
Obviously.
Right. Oh, I mean, is that obvious?
It is obvious. I told you I was lying to them.
Speak to them?
No, I don't. I don't speak to the police.
All right. In your interviews, though, in this case, you lied to them.
When it pertains to me cheating on my wife, yes, I lied to him because I did not want her to find out I was over there.
And you're saying that you lied, I guess, on a technicality because they didn't swear you in before you interviewed?
No, that wasn't the reason why I didn't lie. I mean, the reason why I did lie to them. It was just that I didn't want my wife finding out that I was still cheating on her. One night to live, and the doctor said we need to get all the family together.
Right?
Yes.
And you said that you had not been caught cheating on your wife from the time Jalek died. I want to talk to you about the second phone. You lied to police in your interviews.
All right, so this is what happened with the second phone. So Henry Segura had his main phone, and he had this took place in 2010. So 7 years later, this is when the trial occurred. So we're talking about 2010. 2010, he has a burner phone, a flip phone. He uses that to cheat on his wife. He has a main phone as well. So what happens is he throws away the burner phone. Police find the burner phone. They find it. And they tracked and that's the phone that had him being tracked to the murder scene. It has him leaving his house, going to the scene of the murder, going back home, throwing away. I mean, so basically they were able to track every movement. Soon as he gets to the murder victim's house, her phone goes off the network, and then all of a sudden his burner phone goes off the network. Police knew he had a second phone. They already took the information from it, and when they confronted him about it, he said, "I don't have no second phone." So it was crazy.
Told them that you did not have a secret cell phone, right?
Yes.
And finally, after denying that you had a second phone, I guess about 20 times over the course of the 2 interviews, you finally admit to police that you have one, right?
I don't recall admitting to him I had a second phone.
That's because that second phone had all that tracking information. It had you going from your house to the murder scene.
Let's look at the transcript here. This is towards the end of the second interview and the clips we saw after you denied it several times. Investigator Johnson finally just gets real with you. She says, what's your other cell phone? I don't have no other cell phone. You've got a second phone. No, I don't. You do have a second phone.
I don't know. I don't know what text did I delete from Malika.
The ones on the 19th.
He deleted the text from his wife, in which his wife was saying, "Where are you, Henry? Where are you?" Because his alibi was, "I was at home with my wife." But on his main phone, she's texting him because he left his main phone at home when he committed the murder. He took his burner phone with him only. So the main phone, his wife, "Where are you? Where are you?" Because he was gone the whole day killing side family number 1, right? So yeah, man, this was a very interesting trial. He got convicted, and what ended up happening that was weird is he got remarried while he was in prison recently. Another woman reached out to him, a pen pal, and he got married to her. So this guy is what you call a philandering womanizer, all the way in the prison. He's still up to his old games, man. And he killed 2 children. He killed an innocent woman. He's a welder, so you know he's strong. As soon as he came in the house, he shot that little girl in the head. He drowned his own son. And he beat the woman to death. And then later on, he finds out that through DNA testing that he killed his own children because he didn't even believe they were his. Rest in peace to Brandy Peters. Rest in peace to her son. Rest in peace to her daughter. Peace.